What's happening, guys? My name is Doc Watson. I'm with BiteSizeGaming.com, and welcome to another... Oh, shit. New Year's resolution.
What are you playing?
I am playing Perfect Dark for the Nintendo 64, the spiritual successor to the insanely popular and one of the best FPSs in the history of gaming, Goldeneye 007.
How did you get it?
Well, this one actually comes with a story because it's tied into the I was really behind on the console wars thing that I've got going on. What happened was my friend had a Nintendo 64 and I loved his Nintendo 64 and he never used it, so I'm like, bro, I have to have this. Give me this. I'll pay you whatever you want. So he goes, I'll tell you what, right, you're a mate, I'll give you a deal. $150 Australian, mine. You can do the conversions how you want. Your Nintendo 64, 4 controllers, a whole fuckload of games. I mean, most of them were in a different language because he's originally from Bosnia, but half of the games, 2/3 of the games were good. And man, I spent my time jamming out Ocarina of Time, Lilac Wars, Super Mario 64, and I never played Perfect Dark, so let's give that a go.
Why are you playing?
Well, because in the grand scheme of things, the way I hear Perfect Dark being discussed is like the black horse of FPSs at that time. Because Goldeneye had set the stage, and that was in 1998-ish, 1999. And then Perfect Dark came along in 2000, right at the very end of Nintendo 64's life. And it was still hugely popular, very well received. But it begs the question, like, when it was revamped and reviewed in 2010 for the XBLA, it got really mediocre reviews, like 7s and 8s. But back in the day, it was like 9s and 10s. Is there a disjunct? I don't know. But I'm very curious as to how it stands up today. And that's why I'm playing it.
What did you think?
But I'm gonna throw this out here right now. Perfect Dark has some of the queerest control schemes I've ever come across, ever. Because when it comes to console FPSs, I'm not that great. I'm very much in the school of twin stick. Left stick does the forward and walk and strave, and the right stick does the looking around. Now, but at that point, everyone was so used to the legacy layout, so look and turn were in the same, and strafe and look up and down were in the same controls. So that was fucking weird. So my options were calibrate the C buttons to do what I wanted to do, which I couldn't do, or use 2 controllers at once. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. One controller, other controller. One stick did the looking, one stick did the walking and the strafing. What the fuck? Okay, this is why every single controller has 2 sticks now. But I digress. The gameplay isn't actually too bad, all things considered. I had a lot of fun with it. I think the subtlety of it, I imagine it to be like a espionage kind of game in the vein of Mission Impossible for the Nintendo 64, Goldeneye for the Nintendo 64. It wasn't very action driven, very shooty, but I enjoyed it. But I couldn't. There's such a disjunct between the control schemes of back then, of yesteryear, and to now. That kind of ruined my immersion somewhat. I'm a bit in two minds about Perfect Dark, because at one point I can see it's a good game. I would keep playing it. It's a very blast from the past kind of game. But at the same time, it is, the controls are a bit fucked. The camera, well, not the camera, sorry, the graphics are a little... It was 2000, but even at that point, there was still, better graphics at the time. don't get me wrong, I did enjoy it, but there are so many barriers in the way. It's very hard to come at it from an honest angle. So I liked it as far as I could.
Would you keep playing it?
Yeah, yes, if I could get my head around the control scheme, because even after playing for an hour and a half, I was still using the 2-stick configuration, 2 controllers, and I was starting to get claw hands, you know, the claw hands that you get when you play a PSP for too long, and you just, shit, I had that, but there was 2 Nintendo 64 controllers in each hand, one Nintendo 64 controller in each hand, which was weird, having 2 fuck-off controllers in each hand and using those to... maybe, I don't know. I wasn't engrossed in the experience enough to warrant me to continue playing it, but at the same time, I really want to give this game a chance, because it is old, yes, it's 12 years old now, and I want to give it a chance to really get its message across. So I would keep playing it, but I'll probably, lose a couple of IQ points doing it, because I can't. What the shit? 2 controllers? Man, really? Weirdest idea ever. Ugh. I should probably move him, because he's kind of getting stank. Next episode, I'll be playing one of the games I've always wanted to play, Ico, for the PS3. Until then, you guys stay classy. Do you guys know how to, remove a dead body?